Good. So I've got Stuart, I've got Brendan, I've got Tom, I've got Nathan who's not coming. They need to turn the phones off. And I need the 16 bus. Where's the 16 bus? Oh, there it is, I think. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Good. Right, Brendan, off you go. I've just found the bus stop. I hope it's not the wrong one. I've just found the bus stop. I hope it's not the wrong one. I can't hear you, fella. He says your speaker's off.
Pardon? Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's better. Go again.
Okay.
I've just found the bus stop. I hope it's not the wrong one.
Je viens de trouver l'arrêt du bus. J'espère que ce n'est pas le mauvais arrêt.
Good, good, good. Just le mauvais. Just le mauvais. Don't forget with there we go. Don't forget with adjectives, we can make them nouns. I have two books. Which one do you want to read? The big one, le grand. The little one, le petit. Which one would you want, Brendan? The big one or the little one?
Le grand.
Which one?
Le grand.
Okay, so yeah, so the blue one, le bleu, la bleu, une bleu, un bleu. The only thing you need to be mindful of is if you've got a complicated adjective, yay, 16. If you've got a complicated adjective, don't say, like, the interesting one, go with celui qui est intéressant, the one that's interesting. Pardon me. Lovely. Let's go upstairs. Luke is 45 and he's excited that he can sit at the front of the bus. My hip. So lovely. Stuart, Luke is 45, but he's excited that he can sit down at the front of the bus.
Luke avait 40.
No resting on any noise that is not a sound in the sentence. No consonants either, because they're in the sentence. So Luke is 45. Christ, don't make me any older. Luke is 45, and he's excited that he can sit down in front, or say in front.
Luke a 40 ans, 45 ans.
I know you wanted to make me 40, thank you, but yeah, he's excited that he can sit down.
Et il est enthousiaste qu'il I forgot the thing really.
Do we need it? Because he's excited, he can sit down. So do we?
It's tricky. It's close. I would say il est enthousiaste de pouvoir s'asseoir
devant. We'll do devant. Yeah, good. So Luke, il est tout excité. You can use tout excité. Don't use excité. It becomes a little bit sexual. S'exciter can be sexual, but it doesn't have to be. Yeah, let's be very clear. You can say to a child, ne t'excite pas. It doesn't mean the child is getting sexually turned on. Lovely. So Luke, il a 45 ans, mais, really, he's excited. Like, il a hâte de, if it's excited about something that hasn't yet happened. Il est tout content de. It's just not a word we use in French culture as much. Yeah. Il est tout content de pouvoir s'asseoir. Well done for managing the modal verb, Stuart, into the, whatever. Yeah. Good. Lovely. Tom, I need more light. I can't see your beautiful face in front of the curtain. I need more light. I can't see your beautiful face in front of the curtain.
Il me faut plus de lumière. Je peux pas voir ton...
Stand still. What is the word for more with a noun.
Oh, plus.
I need more light. Up you go.
Me faut plus de lumière.
De lumière.
De lumière. Sorry. Il me faut plus de lumière. Je peux pas voir ton beau visage.
Yeah, ton beau visage in front of the mirror, in front of the curtain.
En face de le rideau.
Devant le rideau.
Devant le rideau.
Good. So we want all sections together. Tom, il me faut. I say I need. Il me faut plus de lumière. J'arrive pas à. Would be a little bit more. French. So, so, il me faut plus de lumière. J'arrive pas à voir ton beau visage devant le rideau. My brain is going to be going to that or whatever. Up you go.
Il me faut plus de lumière. J'arrive pas à voir ton beau visage devant le rideau.
Good. I'm having to turn my brain on. Brendan, your light is perfect. It makes it much easier to see your features. Your light is perfect. It makes it much easier to see your features.
La lumière est parfaite et ça fait plus facile de voir.
Which verb do we use when we make an adjective?
Rendre?
Thank you. Go again.
Ah oui, oui, ta lumière est parfaite. Ça rend plus facile de.
It makes it easier to see your features. It makes it easier to see your features.
Ça le rend plus facile de voir. Ça le rend plus facile de voir tes
traits. Tes traits.
Tes traits, oui, tes traits.
Yeah, but if I'd said the light, if I'd said the word light previously, what could I use as well as ça, which is like the fact that you've got the light? What word could I have used for light? What word could I have used for it?
Cell.
L.
L.
Watch John's video. Yeah, if you say it and you're referring to a noun, so if you say it and you're referring to a noun to introduce another noun, then you say, if you've got it to introduce an adjective or something, then use il or elle. Yeah, all right, good. So elle est belle. It's beautiful. Yeah, if it's referring to a female light. Okay. So certainly, ça le rend, the act of having the light, or elle le rend. Ça le rend. Let's go with ça le rend because the act of having it. So ça le rend plus facile de voir tes traits.
Ça le rend plus facile de. Ça le rend plus facile de.
Remember what I said in my bigger group? I'm only going to mark the last third. Oui, alors ça le rend plus facile de voir tes traits. I'm not going to have beauty, and it was beautiful the first half, and then a bit of like mess. Ça le rend plus facile de voir tes traits. Off you go.
Ça le rend plus facile de te voir tes traits.
Not voir, ça le rend plus facile de te voir is an expression, but that's not what we're saying. Yeah, ça le rend plus facile.
Ça le rend plus facile de voir tes traits.
Good. Okay, lovely. Okay. Trait d'union is also a hyphen, isn't it? Like a trait of union, one of the words for hyphen. Yeah. Good. Stuart. I used to work with a Brazilian woman in the Hilton Hotel near here. Her name was, oh, screw it. No one's going to get it off the first name. Her name was Lucelene. And she was a prostitute. A lot of high-class Brazilian escorts in London. So I used to work with, I taught her English. So I used to work with a Brazilian near here, in the hotel near here. Her name was Lucelene, and she worked as a prostitute.
Prostitute, what did you say?
A prostitute.
Oh, je travaillais avec une Brésilienne qui
in a hotel. In a hotel.
O's Hotel? I don't know. I'll pray to see.
Right, pause. There's a couple of set piece phrases that you guys like au restaurant, whatever, à la pharmacie, whatever. But if you've got, you know, in a specific pharmacy or my pharmacy or at this hotel, it doesn't mean you can't use all the other tricks with a noun. Yeah, it doesn't mean that you can't do all the, you know, whatever, you know, yeah. Good. So dans un hôtel, lovely.
Dans un hotel,
Yeah.
prayed to see.
She was a prostitute. She worked as a prostitute.
Elle a travaillé. Elle travaillait.
As? What's as?
Comme
Fancy version, Stuart, en tant que. ENTANTQUE. En tant que, as a. Luc, il travaille en tant que prof. Yeah, il travaille en tant que prof. Yeah, Luc, il travaille comme prof. Yeah. So elle travaillait comme. Now, what's the word for a prostitute? Be polite.
Putain. Hooker. In France, they won't know hooker.
No, I'm just checking if the other word with a P is there. There's a very old word. I'm just going to check if it's there. No, it's not. Oh my gosh. Let me see if it's there under anything. Interesting. So the word is on word reference. One of the oldest, a prostituée, male or female is the word for prostitute. But one of the older words is péripatéticienne, from somebody who's peripatetic, you know, somebody who's like wanders, yeah? Which is like a sort of lady of the night, gentleman of the night kind of thing, yeah? Lovely. That's a nice way of saying it, but you wouldn't get any recognition from a younger crowd if you use that one. Good. Lovely. So péripatéticienne, which is an amazing word in Scrabble. Good. Tom looks totally taken with this word. So if you just look at prostitute, you'll see the word. So prostituée, fine, putain, but it's just a little bit, you know. Weirdly, so when we talk about LA versus say, and il est versus say, if you said il est boulanger versus c'est un boulanger, there's kind of a debate between that is what he does as a job and he is innately a baker. And it's a little bit the same with elle est pute and c'est une pute. Yeah, one is kind of like calling somebody a whore socially, and the other one is basically, yeah, she works as a prostitute. Good. Tom, say for me, although it's a dodgy subject, it's interesting to talk about. Although it's a dodgy subject, it's interesting to talk about.
Bien que ce soit un sujet pas seulement...
Louche, yeah, dodgy, louche. Yeah, like in English. Yeah.
Bien que ce soit un sujet louche, c'est intéressant d'en parler.
It's the ding, ding, ding wine hour. We all need a glass of wine, and every single time on a Monday, I have to say the wine thing. We all neck the wine. Can we please say the word wine? Thank you. Okay, let's neck the wine. Everybody, drink along, play along at home. Don't be afraid to play along at home. It's intéressant. Lovely to think about.
C'est intéressant d'en parler.
Good. Okay. Lovely. Il est intéressant d'en parler, c'est fine. Okay. Lovely. Brendan, people forget that London has canals as well as the river. People forget that London has canals as well as the river.
Les gens oublient que Londres a...
Stop. Go again. People forget. Think.
Oh. Les gens oublient que Londres a
Now, don't stop. You're doing lovely work finding the work with the voice. That's gorgeous, Brendan. Canals as well as.
canal.
Pause. Stand still. Whatever your choice of noun, what is going to go before this word noun for canals? What word is going to go through?
A definite article.
Are we talking about all fucking canals?
No, we're not.
So
oh, yes,
why do you... No, London's got canals.
Yeah.
So is it? Thank you. Alors Londres a des. Now here's a singular word, canal. So what do you think the word for canals plural is?
Canal.
Brendan, how do we say two hospitals?
Oh, hôpital. Des hôpitaux.
How do we say two newspapers?
Des journaux.
Journaux, because you're going by OU. How would we say two?
How do we say? Sorry, I didn't hear.
Two canals. Two canals.
Deux canaux.
Thank you. Alors, Londres a des canaux. What's as well as the river? What's as well as?
Aussi que non.
So you could get out of it and go Londres a une rivière aussi. Londres a un fleuve aussi. Aussi une fleuve. But what's the word for as well as? Also starting with an A. We've done this.
There,
you're almost there. Go on. The first syllable is un. Ainsi que.
Oui. Londres a des canaux ainsi que ainsi des rivières.
Ainsi what?
Ainsi que des rivières.
Listen to Lukey. Ainsi at the beginning of a sentence means and so. Ainsi, and so. Ainsi at the end means like that. It's a fancy way of saying comme ça. Luc, tu l'as fait ainsi. Je savais pas que tu allais le faire ainsi. I didn't know you were going to do it like that. Ainsi que in the middle means as well as. So, for example, we went to Luke's house and he'd prepared pizza as well as wine. Alors, on est allé chez Luc. Alors, il avait préparé de la pizza ainsi que du vin. Yeah, ainsi que. Wow, this is not a very forgiving light, is it? It's like, you can see every pore. This week, we won't be having a coffee fund. We'll be having a Luke skincare fund. So basically, ainsi que. So ainsi que is as well as. So don't forget ainsi in the middle, ainsi at the end, ainsi at the beginning. All right. So go again. So Londres a deux canaux ainsi que la rivière. There you go.
Londres a deux canaux ainsi que des rivières.
The river. There are smaller rivers, but let's say la rivière, like the main one. Okay.
Ainsi que la rivière.
Sorry, someone's messaging me. I don't know if that means they want to join the group. Because I did tell a couple of people. This. No, it's all right. It's unrelated. Good, Stuart. I didn't know that you eat it like that. Let's say we're talking about a food thing. I didn't know that you eat it like that. That it is eaten like that.
Je sais pas.
Good. Tense, Stuart. I didn't know. Tense. I didn't know.
Je savais pas que
No, we're more advanced than that. The expression is going to start with it. Good God, my beard is white. We're going to start with a sa, aren't we? We've been over these expressions. What's the expression for that is eaten like that?
Ça c'est manger.
Present tense. Present tense.
Ça se mange.
Good.
Ça se mange.
Run through. Can we? Ça se mange, ça se fait, ça se voit. Yeah. Ça s'écrit. We've done them, haven't we? So say for me, I didn't know that present tense that is eaten like that.
Je savais pas que ça se mange ainsi.
Ainsi. Don't really like ainsi. Yeah. It's a posh ass version of comme ça. It's a posh ass version of comme ça. Good. Well done, Stuart. Good work. Tom. I'm trying to not think of all the junk food that I ate yesterday evening. I'm trying to not think of. I fell down a bit of a YouTube spiral. I fell asleep in the gym on the bench press this morning. I was like, but not with the weight in the air, but like, yeah, I was literally, because it was so comfortable. The bench press now is so comfortable. Yeah, I was showing the delights of 90s Buffy the Vampire Slayer to an 8-year-old. So, what did you say, Tom?
Which episode?
It was a best of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a best of. It was just like, yeah, it was things like, this is when Willow went Les, and this is when Willow became Dark Willow, and look how useless Xander got, and as the contract got better, he got fatter, but wore cuter shirts. Never really did anything. He was actually quite a feminist. Like, from a feminist perspective, he's actually the phallus. It's like Buffy gains the phallus by protecting Xander and stuff. It's like, in a Freudian analysis. And then Dawn almost becomes the phallus, if you wanted like a kind of Freudian analysis of the bees. Yeah, Michelle Trachtenberg. Interesting. Then we looked at the musical episode. Then we looked at when there's some famous kills. So like Buffy killing Glory, or at least, you know, yeah. And then other things, yeah. But then it just got boring, and everybody got black eyes and turned into demons. It just gets really boring, which is what happened to Charmed, which disgusted me as well. Yeah, just all went to demons. Good. So say for me, I'm trying to not think of all the junk food I ate yesterday.
J'essaie de ne pas penser à toute la nourriture de mel que j'ai mangé hier. I don't know the word for food, sorry.
Food like that, use alimentation de merde, but just say malbouffe. Malbouffe. We can say the word malbouffe.
Malbouffe.
Yeah, malbouffe. Or saloperie. Des saloperies. Yeah, like saloperie.
Oh, saloperie. Isn't like salop?
Yeah.
Isn't like.
Yeah. So when I was younger, it's like, don't eat that shit. You'll get a load of spots. You know, it's like horrible sugary shit. Like, you know, arrête de manger saloperie, tu vas choper pas mal de boutons. Yeah, you know, that's what we used to say. Good. Brendan, I need to buy some more t-shirts. These ones aren't tight enough around the neck. I need to buy some more t-shirts. These ones aren't tight enough around the neck. Do you know how my ex used to take his t-shirt off? He used to literally every single time, Stuart, he was a New Yorker, so I'll hold you entirely responsible. He used to put his hand every single time and pull them over like that. And I'd be like, we've just got those t-shirts. What have you done? And it's like, whereas some people put their hands right at the bottom and do that crossover thing, I kind of do an in the middle thing, which is probably not very cool. Because it pulls it out. Yeah. So Brendan, to say for me, I need to buy t-shirts because they're they're not tight enough around the neck.
Je dois acheter des t-shirts parce que ils sont pas
Serré for tight. Serré. What would be tight enough?
Ils ne sont pas
Suffisamment or assez? Yeah.
assez.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Ils sont pas assez serrés.
Yeah, serré around the neck.
Ils sont pas assez serrés autour le non.
What's the preposition for around?
Autour.
That no, because that's if you end a sentence on it. What's if you go around something? Autour
de cou.
Linking to the word neck.
Autour de cou.
Du cou. Yeah, it's not cou. Autour du cou would be like around the arse. Okay. I'm not loose around the arse, let me tell you. Not if you knew my role. Although for love, I would do it. So off you go. Mr. P doesn't know what he's missing. So basically, good. So lovely. I'm Stuart. I'm opposite McDonald's, the one I told you about. I'm opposite McDonald's, the one I told you about. You need to push the sound you're making forward, make your vocal choices, sit on them if you're not ready. I am opposite McDonald's. The one I told you about. Push your vocal choices forward.
Je suis en face de McDo.
Oh, it's lovely. Now, that was a nice voice. Well done. En face de, we've agreed, like we just did with Brendan, is the multi-worded preposition. But what is en face de going to do en face du McDo? Yeah, okay, yeah. So I'm opposite the McDonald's, which is en face du McDo. Okay, the one I told you about.
Celui que je vis.
Pronunciation, the one.
Celui.
The one. Pronunciation. Spell the word you're trying to say.
Celui.
Perfect. Celui. Quick reminder, ladies. 4, 3, 2. 4. That was epic fail. 4, 3, 4. The demonstrative adjectives which accompany a noun. Ce, set, say, and set with the CET. So ce, set, say. Still don't lose this idea that French basically can be improved by increasing the vibration above the chin or increasing the vibration below the collarbone. That's still a really good idea. So ce, set, say, set, CET. Then we have the 3 in the middle for concepts. Ça, ceci, so ceci, and cela. And then we have the 4 on the end, which are basically demonstrative pronouns with the genders. So celui, celle, ce, and celle feminine. We could obviously add ci and la, celui-ci, celui-là, celle-là, for example, C-E-L-L-E-L-A, not to be confused with cela, which is the one of the 3 in the middle. So I really need you to be aware of whether you're down or up. So say to me, celui, so say to me the one we spoke about.
Celui dont on s'est parlé.
Good. On a parlé, on s'est parlé, both are correct. Gorgeous, Stuart. Well done. Tom, if I'd known that you if I'd known that you were going to need it, I would have spoken about it earlier. Let's just imagine an item of grammar. If I'd known you were going to need it, I'd have spoken about it earlier.
Si j'avais su que...
Good. So good. That you were going to need it. So give me present tense. You need it.
Tu en besoin.
No. Say for me, you need a coffee. Say for me, you need a coffee.
Il te faut un café.
Now say you need it.
Il le faut.
Where's the you in that gone?
Il te le faut.
Good. So people always think that it. So Tom, say to me, you need a coffee one more time.
Il te faut un café.
Don't say el, say il. Remember the vibration. Yeah.
Il te faut un café.
What colour is that verbal relationship, Tommy? Is it red, blue, or green?
It's green.
Good. So as much as il te faut is a bit complicated, and your brain might be going, oh, lui, le, that's indirect. Yes, that is. The relationship between the il and the lui is indirect, but the relationship between the falloir and the noun is direct, isn't it? So if that's direct, il te faut un café, yeah, then what's the direct word for it? Another verb. That's exactly right. People always think that it's on, il t'en faut, which is terrible French. You can say that, but it's not de rigueur. That's like saying you need some, yeah, or you need one of them. Il t'en faut, you know, t'en faut un. Do you see what I'm saying? So say for me, you need it, present tense, il te le faut. Good, shit me, bollocks. Gotta get off now. Listen to my hips. Thank you, driver. Sorry, darling.
Last week we experienced a hamburger joint in London. This week we experienced a bus ride in London. This is a great way of learning how to live in London.
Well, I'm a big advocate for the buses because you see more and you have Wi-Fi. You have signal, don't you? Rather guttingly, I used to get the 16 bus, which went directly from my house all the way down to Marble Arch. Stupidly, that now ceases operations at Paddington. So, but rather conveniently, the Elizabeth line now stops at Paddington. So I haven't got to be fucked to change too much. So I just get on with my lovely Phil, go from either Tottenham Court Road or Bond Street to Paddington and then jump on the 16th. Right, I'm just going to cross, hang on, which is in itself a labour of love. Good. So Tom, so say for me you need a coffee. Say for me you need a coffee.
Il te faut un café.
Il te faut un café, yeah? So how do you say you're going to need a coffee? You're going to need a coffee.
Il...
Right. Pause. Who's starting the verb in il te faut? Who's the subject in that, Tom?
Il.
Great. So if I asked il to do some going. How would il do some going?
Il va.
Great. Now, pop an infinitive on the end of that. Il va.
Il va te falloir.
Lovely. Il va te manquer. Il va te falloir. Il va te rester. We can use this with all of these things. People always seem to forget this. Hi, how you doing? Cheers. No. Yes, please. Actually, no, I'll put it in my bag. I'm being really bad. I'm trying to use less plastic. Thank you. I really like this. My daughter's told me off for buying too much of this colour. Yeah. What? She's prohibited any more khaki. Yeah. Yeah. All I do is buy khaki. She's like, it suits you, but we need more colours. Yes, please. It's a stolen card. Is that all right? Yeah. I'm fucking with you. I like how you don't get it. You're like, yeah. You're like, as long as it gets paid. Good. No, I'll pop it in the bag. I'm trying to use less plastic. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Yeah, good night. Oh, I've got really weak hands. Would you mind opening that for me? I'm really sorry. Yeah. That's it. Sorry, I've got really weak fingers. Is that broken now? The bad one. Should we do another one? Don't cut yourself. Is that all right? Yeah. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thanks. When you have to ask the vendeur to open a can, fuck ciprofloxacin and all who sailed in her. Do you know, Stuart, I was at the dance place the other day, and a friend of mine, alors j'étais au studio de danse, and I saw a friend of mine called Jane. Alors j'avais une amie qui s'appelle Jane. And Jane used to know me when I was a lot more capable before this medication. Alors Jane, elle me connaissait quand j'étais bien plus capable avant ce médicament de merde. And she was like, oh, Luke, we're doing this workshop with this Marinella Nunez, this girl from the Royal Ballet. Hey Luke, why don't you come? I haven't seen you in 4 years. Elle dit, ouais, tu vas, on va faire cet atelier, pourquoi tu viens pas? And I was like, no, Jane, no, really, Jane, no, I really can't. Non, je peux pas. And she said, of course you can. Oh my God, you're well better than I am. Come. Jane's about 55. Jane, elle a plus ou moins 55 ans. And I said, Jane, I'd kind of made the decision to no longer speak about this. J'avais pris la décision de ne plus en parler. But I was basically like, I got given this antibiotic which really destroyed me. Alors, on m'a filé cet antibiotique qui m'a détruit, quoi. This girl who was just sat there, like, warming up, sitting in her splits and all in this business. Well, I say girl, she's probably at 46. Alors, cette fille qui se préchauffait en grand écart et tout, she, like an American, she said, I'll send you the file, the video. She was like, I'm really sorry, are you talking about, what was one of the American brand names? I used to know it, Leviquinone or Leviquinone. Anyway, whatever, one of the fluoroquinones in as it's marketed in the States. And I said, under another name, but yes. Yeah, I said, that's like one of the generic names. Alors ça, c'est un des noms génériques. And she said, I went to a series of like talks when I was like with New York City Ballet, and we had some doctors coming in from various New York universities, and we're talking about like skeletal maintenance and management as a dancer and all of this kind of thing. Elle a dit, oui, alors moi j'ai assisté à une série de discours quand je dansais à New York, et une série de médecins sont venus nous voir pour parler, de maintenance du corps et voilà la santé des pieds and all of this. And she said, and this one guy in front, after he'd done his speech, in front of the microphone, alors ce mec, ayant fait son discours, à la fin de son discours, devant le micro, he just suddenly went, oh, and by the way, anybody ever tries to give you one of the following antibiotics as a dancer, never take it. It's life-changingly bad for those that have the reaction. Si jamais on vous propose ce genre d'antibiotique, pour ceux, because not everybody has the reaction, pour ceux qui ont la réaction, ça va te changer la vie, ça va foutre ta vie en l'air, quoi. So I was like, wow. So weirdly, as completely triggering as this was, bien que ce soit quand même dévastateur, I was like, it was so nice to not have to explain to somebody. I was like, really? She was like, oh my God, I know people who are like in wheelchairs because of this shit. And she's like, who used to dance? And I was like, as horrible as this is to hear, it's actually really nice to not have to lead the narrative for once. Do you know what I mean? Good. So whose go? It's Stuart's go, isn't it? So Stuart, could you say, I get on really well with the guy behind the counter. I get on really well with the guy behind the counter.
J'entends bien. Sorry. J'entends bien avec le mec qui I forgot who we're getting along with.
Behind the counter.
Arrière, devant, derrière, derrière le comté.
Le comptoir.
Le comptoir. Le comptoir.
Comté is the cheese, or Franche-Comté, which you will go to on my watch, so help me God, next year. Or maybe we'll do an autumn Christmas thing. No, it's nice in the summer. We'll definitely do it next year. It's Franche-Comté is like the department. Well, it's now joined up, but anyway, it's the area that Besançon is in. It's also cheese. So yeah.
No excuses for not knowing comptoir, because there's a food counter at JFK is the comptoir.
You're not the first person to tell me that. There's a series of Lebanese restaurants in London called Le Comptoir Libanais, like the Lebanese counter. Yeah. There's a fabulous restaurant, but the guy that owns it and runs it is a dick in Marylebone called Le Vieux Comptoir. I must have sent about £10,000 worth of business this guy's way. Alors, je lui ai envoyé au moins 10 000. All the office parties that have gone there because of me, because I recommended it. Alors, toutes les fêtes de bureau qui sont allées là, parce que moi, je le leur ai recommandé. And the one time at Christmas, in the middle of COVID, I did my French meetup there. Alors, une fois, tout au milieu de la Covid. Alors, moi, j'avais prévu, on était censé avoir notre, réunion de Noël. And 3 people, because of health reasons, couldn't come. 3 personnes, pour des raisons de santé, n'ont pas pu venir, n'ont pas pu assister. And I rang the guy when, just to let you know, out of courtesy, this was 11 a.m., we booked for 10, there'll be 7 of us. Alors, une question de courtoisie, on avait réservé pour 10 personnes, on sera 7. We are 7 people, is how we normally say it, on sera 7, not there are 7 of us. You make a reservation in France, you don't say, yes, there are 5 of us, you say, we are 5. On est 5 personnes, yeah? There's 3 of us, on est 3. And this bastard was like, non, Luc, ça se fait pas. Notice with the ça se fait pas. You don't do that, you don't do. Oh non, Luc, ça se fait pas, ça se fait pas. Non, ça se fait pas. Non, Luc, t'as réservé pour 10 personnes. And I was like, I'll tell you what I said in French. I was like, écoute, connard. Franchement, ça fait 3 ans que je vous soutiens. À chaque fois que je suis là, vous êtes hyper grincheux. Malgré vos humeurs de merde, je viens quand même avec mes amis qui dépensent beaucoup d'argent, qui achètent vos vins de merde, qui sont trop chers. Donc, vous allez surtout pas me dire, tout au milieu de la Covid et du confinement, que effectivement, que je peux pas annuler au dernier moment avec 3 personnes, vu qu'on va quand même être 7 personnes. So it's like, listen, dickhead, you're always really moody. I've sent so much business your way, your overpriced restaurant over the years. It's 7 people coming instead of 10. Thereabouts, I forget. What the fuck? It's COVID. Terrible. Good. So, je m'entends bien avec le mec derrière le comptoir. Tom, tell me, Lukey, what are you drinking? It makes me want to drink it.
Dis-moi, Lucie.
Sorry. Yeah, dis-moi, Lukey, what are you drinking?
Dis-moi, Lucie, qu'est-ce que tu manges?
What are you drinking?
Oh, qu'est-ce que tu bois? Sorry.
Between friends who tutoient, ditch the qu'est-ce que. Luc, tu bois quoi?
Tu bois quoi? Dis-moi, Luc, tu bois quoi? Ça me fait vouloir le boire.
Ça donne envie. Ça donne
Ça me
envie.
Me donne, ça me donne.
Quoi, ça donne envie? Ça donne envie. Yeah. Have you heard that before?
I feel envie de, as in like I feel like doing.
Yeah, good. Yeah, ça donne envie. Go again, Tom. So if we go back to our one that we were working on before, if I'd known that you were going to need it. So if I had known, you might have wondered why you were getting a really easy one, because we're going to go back to that one. So si j'avais su, now we've practiced you're going to need it. How do you say you were going to need it? So not il va te falloir, but
Qu'il va te falloir. Qu'il était allé te falloir.
Hush. The grown-ups are talking. Say for me, you're going to need it using il va, as we've just practiced.
Il va te le falloir.
Say for me, you were going to need it.
Il est allé te le falloir.
Stand still. He is going is what? What is he's going?
Il va.
Or it is going if it was a masculine thing. What is it or he was going?
Il était allé.
I fucking hate you. Say for me, I eat.
Je mange.
Say for me, I was eating.
Je mangeais.
Say for me, he's going.
Il allait.
Was, Tommy, is it top line or bloody bottom line in terms of auxiliaries?
In terms of auxiliaries, it's top line.
So there ain't one, is there? So
No.
say for me, he was going. It can be an auxiliary, the verb in the was tense, which would pop us into the plus que parfait, but it doesn't have an auxiliary. So say for me, he was going. Il allait.
Il allait.
Great. So il va te falloir. Il allait te le falloir.
Te le falloir.
Il allait te le falloir. If I knew you were going to need it, I would have. Say that again.
Sorry, genuine question. Like, it doesn't have to be in the pluperfect. Il allait te falloir, because j'avais su is pluperfect.
J'avais su is pluperfect because it's before another event. It's in a hypothetical past. But I can describe the background scenario around it using the pluperfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, it's ahead of the pluperfect. So if I knew that you're going to need, that you were going to, whatever, fine. Yeah, so go again. Si
j'avais su qu'il allait te le falloir,
I would have spoken to you about it.
J'aurais honte parler.
Word order.
J'en t'aurais parlé.
Word order.
Je t'en aurais parlé.
Interesting. Go again.
Si j'avais su qu'il allait te le falloir, je t'en aurais parlé.
Good. You can use in other situations. Oui, alors si j'avais su que tu avais eu besoin, or could, according to what's going on, or fine, but not here. Okay, good. Good. Couple more, one from each of you. Brendan, I've got to teach somebody in 5 minutes. So Brendan, Luke, how much time left before you get home?
Luc, il te reste combien de temps? Oh.
Yes,
Luc,
good.
Luc, il te reste combien de temps avant tu Entree.
Look at me.
Oh,
Are you seriously bringing me avant two? Are you seriously, after all the lectures and the bollockings, are you bringing me avant two?
no. Luc, il te reste combien de temps?
Brendan, when someone's doing a verb, what are the two options with avant?
Sorry, could you say that again, please?
When someone is doing a verb, turn your camera off, Brendan. Turn your camera off. I can't bear to look at you.
Me
when
neither.
When somebody's doing a verb, what are the two options with avant?
When somebody's doing the verb, the two options avant.
Look at me. You've done bloody well tonight, but you've just fucking pissed me off.
It's
Ready?
the infinitive, isn't it?
No, shush. You disgusted me. We've done this shitting work to death. Look at me. Avant que for a different person, avant de plus infinitive for the same person. Have we done that to death, Bren?
We have.
How many times did you genuinely estimate I've spoken about that?
All right, countless times.
And you've done bloody marvellously tonight. Bloody marvellously. Don't go avant to. What we'd actually gotten up as far as last week is talking about how neutral verbs like il me reste, il me faut, il me whatever, although they're a different subject, because it's the il, that by definition, because it's such a weak subject, it's not like a new person, but we can do il te reste combien de temps avant d'arriver à la maison, because there's no confusion over who the person would be that's doing it. Do you see what I mean? Because it's such a weak neutral subject in the other one. But under no circumstances are you bitches to say avant to verb. Have we gone over that countless times? Yes?
Yes.
Good. Let me just message this poor chap who I'm starting with. Can you add me on Skype? Logic language learning. If you need some time to download it, that's fine. Good. Lovely. So avant, we're on top of. Okay. Again with après. Yeah. So for me, Stuart, it took me 2 minutes after getting home. Luke, how long did it take you to change into different clothes? It took me 2 minutes after getting home. It took you is an action, and I'm talking to you. So Stuart, say for me present tense, it takes you 2 minutes. Say for me present tense, it takes you 2 minutes.
Il te faut 10 minutes. Il te faut 10 minutes.
Good. Now say for me action, it took you 2 minutes.
Il te fallait.
Now, listen to Lukey's words. Action.
Il t'a fallu.
Good. So il te faut, as well, you boys know, can be need, and is also the expression that we use for time. Yeah? Notice, if we're talking about needing as a description, we're more commonly going to say il me fallait, il te fallait. I'm not saying you'll never use il m'a fallu for need, but you tend to use the, j'ai besoin, j'avais besoin, il me faut, il me fallait. Would you agree with me, Stuart? Yeah? Whereas how long something took, unless you're saying it used to take me, referring to previous multiple events. If you're like, yeah, it took me as an action, can you see that that's going to be in the action tense? Do you understand that, Stuart? So for that one, you're more commonly going to say il m'a fallu, il t'a fallu, il lui a fallu, il vous a fallu, il nous a fallu, il vous a fallu, il leur a fallu. Do you understand what I mean by that? But your mouth, yeah, is getting used to saying il me fallait. Yeah, just one second. Don't worry, relax, nobody after you. Good. So say for me after. It took me 2 minutes after getting home. It took me 2 minutes after getting home.
Il m'a fallu avoir.
Yes, in concept, but the three verbs to get home, none of which are avoir, are they? They're all.
Well, I could say après avoir ma rentrée.
No, you can't.
After having my return, no.
No.
Uh,
The only possible highfalutin way you could have done it would be après avoir été de retour. Tom, you might remember that really shit track from Sash. Le disc jockey est de retour. Do you remember that? Yeah, like to be de retour is to be returning. But yeah, so après être rentré. Yeah, okay. Tom, no, Luke, I've never heard of it. No, Luke, I've never heard of it. You're old.
No, Luke.
I have never heard of it.
Je n'ai jamais.
Where's the it gone? I have never.
I can't think of the verb to hear or something. That's the.
What's to hear? What's to hear?
To hear, entendre.
Lovely. So say for me, I have heard.
J'ai entendu.
I have heard it. I have heard of it. I have heard of it.
J'ai.
No. What's my of it pronoun?
En.
Thank you. Nice twang. I have heard of it.
J'en ai entendu.
Now stick parler on the end.
J'en ai.
Yeah.
J'en ai entendu parler.
Because I've heard speak of
Speak
it.
of it. Right. Okay.
What, Tom, is entendre? It is a verb of Yep. So I've heard generally people speak of it. So the on is coming from the fact that it's entendre parler de. Do you understand?
Okay.
So j'en ai jamais entendu parler. J'en ai jamais entendu parler.
J'en ai jamais entendu parler.
So when people say, do you know somebody? And you say, je ne le connais pas. Oh, do you know so-and-so? Some TV presenter. Don't say, oui, je le connais, because you don't know him.
Mm-hmm.
Say, j'ai entendu parler de lui. Yeah, I've heard speak about him, yeah? Do you see what I mean? The difference in France. Yeah?
Yeah, totally.
Let me see if this guy's managed Skype yet. Good. Right, so apart from a little boo-boo with the avant, I'm going to get Brendan to do one more so we can go on a high note, because you've done lovely work, Brendan. Save me, Luke, forgive me, pity. I don't know how I'm going to live with the shame. Say, Luke, forgive me, pity. I don't know how I'm going to live with the shame.
Luc, pardonnez-moi.
You don't need to move on me. Separate to our kinky role play, which takes place off, Deus Ex Machina, you don't need to vouvoie me. Off you go. So forgive me.
Luc, pardonne-moi.
Lovely. What's the word for pity? What's the word for pity?
Dommage.
That was like, what a pity. No, quel dommage. Pitié. Yeah.
Pitié.
If you were being tickled, like you're being tickled, like in French, you go, oh, stop. You'd say pitié. Yeah. Okay.
Pitié.
Or as I say, what's your safe word? More. Yeah, and then I can't live, say for me, I can't live with the shame.
J'habite pas avec les honte.
Are we talking about living in an environment? What's the verb to live as in to be?
Je vis pas avec les...
I can't live. I can't live. Can't live. Living is without you. Can't live anymore. No, Thank you.
Je ne peux pas vivre
With the
avec les honte.
Avec la honte.
Avec la honte. Oui, je ne peux pas vivre avec la honte.
Because for once, we don't join that word, do we? Somebody comes out of a bathroom, they've got their bottom out on display. Lovely. God, I love Mr. B. The best arse in the Christendom. La honte. La honte. Yeah. Yeah, la honte. Oh, putain, la honte. Yep. Good. La honte. All right. Good. Be gone. You know how to pay me. People who've watched, who've enjoyed this, if I pop it online, there'll be a payment link underneath. Buy Lukey a little coffee. Bum. Good. Excellent. I will speak to you guys soon. Take care.